Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Inspark, where we try to solve the complexities of life through simple thoughts, inspiring ideas and deep understanding. So, let's begin today's journey.
Not today, I'll just start tomorrow. Or maybe I'm just not in the exact right mood right now. Or, my personal favorite, let me just organize my desk for the third time today. Have you caught yourself repeating these phrases? If so, listen up, because it's time to pay close attention. Chronic distraction isn't just a quirky little habit. Think of it like a heavy, invisible anchor tied right around your waist. Every single time you delay an essential task, well, that anchor gets heavier and heavier, making even the smallest chores feel literally exhausting to initiate.
Welcome to this explainer. For the next few minutes, I'm going to be your resident psychologist, and we're going to put your daily habits under the microscope. Surprisingly, studies show we spend up to a fifth of our working hours just avoiding tasks. So we're going to diagnose exactly why our brains are hardwired to favor instant distraction over meaningful action, and more importantly, how to actually break that cycle.
Here's our clinical consultation plan for today. We'll run through 1. The symptoms, 2. The diagnosis, 3. The systemic damage, 4. The targeted impact, 5. The prescription, and finally, 6. Building those habits. Let's dive in. Starting right off with Section 1, the symptoms. Let's diagnose your delay.
Okay, first things first, we need to stop calling you lazy. What we are actually dealing with here is highly active avoidant behavior. So let's run a rapid-fire honesty checklist. Just mentally answer yes or no to these. Number 1, do you immediately open social media before starting your work? 2, do you constantly say, I'll just do it later? 3, do you leave important tasks unfinished? 4, do you feel physical fatigue before you even begin? And 5, are you constantly waiting for some magical wave of motivation to hit you? If you're saying yes, well, those unfinished tasks are acting like a growing shadow, slowly dimming your personal goals and eating up incredibly precious cognitive space.
Let's keep going. Number 6, do you only work fast when a deadline is terrifyingly close? 7, do you feel deep guilt after delaying a task? 8, do you overthink small chores until they feel like massive projects? 9, do you start new habits but completely fail to stay consistent? And 10, do you deeply regret lost time and missed opportunities? So, how'd you do? If you answered yes to more than 6 of these, your avoidance isn't just a character flaw. It's a severe biological barrier that requires our immediate attention.
Moving on to Section 2, the diagnosis. This is all about dopamine and your brain. It is well past time to shift the blame away from your personality and look directly at your neural pathways. Psychologically speaking, procrastination is actually an emotional avoidance mechanism. You're not avoiding the task itself, you're avoiding the negative emotions associated with it. This is usually driven by a deep-seated fear of failure, an intense lack of self-confidence, or, quite often, a crippling sense of perfectionism. When your brain believes a task won't be done perfectly, it throws up a massive barrier to starting it at all. And here is the biological root of the whole problem, the dopamine cycle. Our brains are evolutionarily wired to seek out easy, instant pleasure to conserve energy. Scrolling social media? That delivers an instant dopamine hit. It feels so rewarding right now, but long-term professional growth, that requires immense cognitive effort. So, when faced with high-effort work, your dopamine-addicted brain physically rebels. It actually sends signals of physical fatigue to deter you. It's literally a chemical hijack.
Which brings us to Section 3, the systemic damage. Let's look at the physical and mental toll this takes.
We really need to be analytical and urgent about this because this dopamine loop wreaks absolute havoc on your body. When you chronically avoid tasks, your brain enters this perpetual state of low-grade panic. This triggers a physical stress response, drastically elevating your cortisol levels. And high cortisol? That leads to chronic physical fatigue, frequent tension headaches, and even severe digestion issues. It completely destroys your sleep quality, ruining your physical recovery. And mentally, it leaves you with deep guilt and severely weakened decision-making power.
Ultimately, this all leads to a devastating psychological truth. The biggest loss is becoming smaller in your own eyes. This is the classic emotional cycle of avoidance. You delay a task, and sure, you gain a brief moment of temporary relief, but almost instantly, that relief is replaced by persistent inner guilt, a massive spike in anxiety, and the steady, quiet erosion of your own self-respect.
Let's look at Section 4, the targeted impact, and specifically, how this affects you.
Now, this systemic damage manifests a bit differently depending on what you do every day. For students, task avoidance causes severe exam anxiety and totally lowers memory retention. For busy corporate professionals, it's a killer. You lose credibility, stall your career growth, and permanently lose leadership trust. For business owners, hesitation directly equals lost profit. And for homemakers, it disrupts household harmony, causing high mental fatigue and daily family communication breakdowns. The cost of delay, no matter who you are, is universally high.
Okay, Section 5, the prescription. It's time to talk about rewiring that brain of yours.
We are officially moving into the treatment phase. Your primary intervention here is the 5-second rule. When you realize you need to do a task, stop overthinking immediately. Seriously, do not negotiate with your brain. Simply count backwards out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take physical action before your brain even has the time to manifest that resistance or fear. This completely interrupts the neural pathway of hesitation and forces you right into the pathway of action.
Alongside the 5-second rule, I want you to implement these practical daily fixes. First, take incredibly small steps. If you look at the entire mountain, your brain is going to freeze. Just focus on taking the very first step. Second, fix specific times for your high-impact tasks. Third, and this is crucial, turn off your digital notifications during peak work hours to completely manage those distractions. And finally, prioritize daily discipline over fleeting motivation. Motivation is a totally unreliable emotion, but discipline, that's a structured routine you can count on.
To ensure you start your day on the right foot, let's eliminate that morning lethargy with a simple 5-minute ritual. Before you even look at a screen, and I mean it, no phones, do a guided mindful breathing exercise. This significantly lowers your baseline anxiety and cortisol right out of the gate. Follow this immediately with small physical movements, like stretching or even just making your bed. These physical actions effectively trigger the brain to transition from rest mode straight into work mode, completely bypassing mental resistance. Finally, Section 6. Building habits. This is your path to true freedom.
Welcome to the rehabilitation phase. I want you to think of your brain like a giant library. Unfinished tasks and constant digital distractions are basically like thousands of books thrown randomly all over the floor. It causes incredible mental fatigue just trying to walk through it. But by scheduling your tasks and sticking to a routine, you are picking those books up and putting them neatly onto shelves. You clear out that precious cognitive clutter, drastically improving your focus during those demanding daily tasks.
You can't plant a seed in the dirt and expect a giant oak tree the next day. Consistent habits are exactly like tending a garden. It's the small, unglamorous, disciplined daily actions that eventually grow into long-term career success, deep professional authority, and this unshakable sense of self-trust. Overcoming procrastination isn't just a productivity hack, it is ultimately the highest form of self-care. So, I'll leave you with this final, really important question. Are you going to continue letting that heavy anchor of distraction pull you down, leaving your dreams for a tomorrow that honestly never comes? Or are you going to reframe those difficult tasks as real opportunities for growth and take your very first small step today? Reclaim your personal freedom. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
If you want to give a new direction to your personality, thinking, and life, and bring positive and meaningful changes not only in your own life but also in the lives of your family members, then make sure to connect with our channel Inspark X for just 5 to 10 minutes every day. Here, you will find inspiring videos related to self-improvement, motivation, self-confidence, mental peace, and a successful life. If you enjoy the video, then like, share, subscribe to the channel. And yes, do share your thoughts in the comments.